Alex Albon's friendship with George Russell almost cost him racing career after crash. Alex Albon may have George Russell to thank for his seat at Williams this season, although he's now revealed their friendship nearly led to his undoing 4 years ago. Albon raced for Red Bull in 2019 and 2020, finishing 8th and 7th in the championship respectively, but was demoted back to the role of reserve driver last year after being replaced by Sergio Perez. However, Russell's move to Mercedes in place of Valtteri Bottas opened the door for a new driver at Williams, and Albon was approached after being recommended by the 23-year-old. The pair recently took part in an entertaining video clip where Russell was seen handing his replacement a number of items as arrival gifts, with Albon now set to partner Canadian driver Nicolas Latifi in 2022. However, the 25-year-old has now told the story of how the pair's willingness to spend time together inadvertently left him with serious injury back in 2017. Speaking on the My Big Break podcast series, Albon explained what happened in his Formula 2 season when he lent Russell, who he lived near and trained with, his bike. "We were sharing the same trainer. George was always coming around, we would always have lunch and dinner together, he was like part of the family," said Albon. "We were going to the forest for a cycle and the rear brakes weren't working on my spare bike. It didn't really affect me because I was using my main bike. I would say George isn't the best cyclist in the world, I cycled more than him, so I was like, George, you take the good bike, I'll take the one without the rear brakes, which I thought was fine. We went somewhere new, which is always a little bit dangerous. But it looked fine to me. We didn't realize at the time, but we were going down a horse track. And that was a horse jump thing, a big stump tree and the branches coming across the pathway. Behind the branch, there was a huge drop. Albon then admitted to panicking and hitting the brakes, but with his rear one not working, he ended up performing an unplanned front flip and landing on his collarbone, which he later learned had broken. The injury forced the Thai driver to miss the next 2 races in Baku, and disrupted what had previously been a promising campaign with his 3rd in the standings. However, during his layoff his temporary replacement at the art team, Sergei Sirotkin, suffered a big crash which Albon thinks ruined the car's performance when he returned. The first race back was the Red Bull Ring, which was okay, but I was expecting a bit more. From that point onwards, I had a terrible season. It was one of those seasons that never clicked. I still believe there was something wrong with the car after the crash. It was never the same. It was one of those things. It was disappointing at the time. Thankfully Albon, it didn't stop him being signed up for F1, joining Toro Rosso in 2019 before replacing Pierre Gasly at Red Bull in the same season. Russell, who was racing in the GP3 series at the time, joined Williams in 2019, scoring his first podium at the rain-affected Belgian Grand Prix last season.